Mr. Olanrewaju Suraj joins us now. He's of Movement Against Corruption. Thank you for coming on today. Well, the previous guest did say that one of the things we're good at in this country is identifying problems, and we end up doing nothing about them. Well, the fact that the chairman has said corruption in the commission, well, he's identified it, but he also did say, well, he may do something. But in terms of confidence building for the commission, from the perspective of the public, doesn't that deflate that?
No. That is actually a profound statement, and Nigerians should actually appreciate that more.
Really?
The fact is, I've also equally said on this seat here that the level of corruption in the EFCC itself, prior to the emergence of Lamunde, is monumental.
Shouldn't you appreciate that also?
Yeah, we will appreciate the fact that it's rather unfortunate that an institution that is built to fight corruption is actually enmeshed in corrupt situation, and it was as worse and terrible to the extent that currently now I think about 5 of the operatives of the EFCC are under prosecution. The new chairman, I also understand, already set up an internal affairs to actually audit the situation in EFCC itself, and then also assess the lives of operatives of the EFCC, and then trace their level of friendship, their members of friends, their backgrounds, to see how ostentatious their current life actually corresponds with their previous life before they joined the EFCC.
Backtrack a little bit, because there are those who also say that if he's saying this while he was director of operations during Madam Nuhu Ibadu's time, there were publications consistently saying that the chairman of the commission at that time, Madam Ribadu, about Emmanuel Nwude's case, how they got their products. Yes, he might have been alleged to have been corrupt, but they frittered among themselves. There were publications on a regular basis, and the chairman did not address the problem at the time. So you come up now and say that your man, do you think that's papering over cracks?
No, the unfortunate thing is we should hold him now. One thing about Nigeria is the fact that the head determines almost everything that happens in the institution, and it's the same thing with Nigeria. So we would want to take him now on, and that is the most important thing for Nigerians, the media and the civil society. We should be on top of the issues. We shouldn't leave these people and assume that they come from the blues. They are Nigerians. We need to engage them as much as is possible at every point in time on the basis of their individual or collective or institutional actions. We should start asking questions. We should start taking them to task without leaving them to actually breathe any relief that can give them room to compromise on the mandate of their office or the oath of their offices. So it is very important, as at this stage, for EFCC to be properly positioned to fight corruption. It must first and foremost sanitize itself, and that is fundamental.
Okay, but so how did they get into that kind of mess?
It is as sad as the former chairman came to Lagos, and that we also cried very loud because we got the information from people in the EFCC that the former chairman came as far as to Lagos, addressed the general meeting of the staff in Lagos, and appeal to the senior officers to share whatever they get. These are EFCC operatives. Whatever they get with the junior staffs. It is indirectly legitimizing corruption and bribery within EFCC, and also advising that it should. In the context of whatever do you want to. This is an anti-corruption institution. In whatever, guys. Now I am just trying to be a bit modest by not putting it.
don't know the context with which that was said. So
in the context, I'm telling you, in the context of whatever they get, what will they get? They will get bribes. They will get tips. They will get compromised. And she's saying that they need to also share it with the junior staff.
Are you saying that she was encouraging?
Yes, she was encouraging. It wasn't like just mere encouraging corruption. She was also, like I said. And I said it the day she came here. Well, she is personally also corruption personified.
That will be so absolutely difficult for anyone to prove, because I think it's almost speculation.
You see, one of the things that we need to do is let them come. Check your media. Go to EFCC, go and ask them and let them controvert that. And then we can both come and appear here. And then we can also just defend the positions. If we are not just making it out of the blues. I mean, because we know the implications of that. Then they can also go to court to go and sue if this is untrue.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you,
with the way the EFCC is now, where people say the chairman, I mean, various guests have said, look, institutions need to be properly addressed.
Precisely.
As it is now, he can't fight corruption.
Yeah.
He's a junior officer, he's a career police officer, and so he's seen what has happened to his predecessors. So if he needs to get himself in good books of the authorities, he needs to play ball.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't play ball, what happens to those ones will eventually visit him.
Yeah, actually it is very profound and fundamental as well, but it is very clear. He knows the onions of how these things have been. He has been part of how the EFCC is expected to operate. It is not enough to just assume that what happened to your predecessor. You at some point in time determine within yourself that I want to carve a niche for myself. I want to make a name that can be reckoned with, not only by people who don't know me, but
assuming
even my
you don't
family.
want to continue in police.
No, it doesn't matter. We saw Ribadu was still in the police when he was doing all he did.
What happened?
And for whatever it doesn't matter. It
doesn't matter.
He came back to seek contest for the president of Nigeria. That will tell you, for whatever that, even the victimization is going to be transient. I can tell you, Madam Farida, for all she did, she's not likely to come back to say she wants to be a governor of her state because the record is there.
I think we should focus on the issues.
You said the predecessors. That is why I went down the lane. It is of the fact that people who are on the side of the truth and are upright, for whatever level or amount of victimization you suffer, it is going to be transient, because the truth will find a way of prevailing at the end of the day.
The present chairman of the EFCC has always been the head of operations.
Yeah.
And that is the core aspect of running the EFCC. So if you say EFCC, there's corruption in EFCC, isn't that a kind of lapse in its office?
Yeah, that takes you back to the leadership, like I mentioned. When we were crediting Ribadu with all he was doing, it was the director of operations who was doing most of the operational activities, and that is Lamurde. When this institution was failing, it is as a result that it will tell you the leadership as at that time does not encourage anything to happen. There were very shoddy prosecutions that you can find, and that is a reflection of what you see find up till now.
Pardon me, one more
there were very horrible investigations.
Having identified the problems,
right,
what should we do now? If you were to set a target for this AFCC chairman to achieve in order to put himself in good stead, what should he be doing? Now
he should start, like I rightly understand is doing, to sanitize the EFCC as an operation, as a commission. He should put in internal mechanisms to monitor and evaluate the performance of those who are carrying out the operations of the commission. 3, it should build a team of independent people who can also assess the EFCC itself, including the chairman, and then, as a matter of importance, from time to time file a report also to the EFCC itself, that is the chairman, for him to implement. 4th, he needs to live and operate by the law that sets up the EFCC by filing annual reports to the National Assembly.
You didn't talk
and
about
the Senate will
trying corrupt persons and bringing results.
No, the first thing is for him as an institution to be well stead to start doing that.
Do you think
so
we should revisit the Halliburton case?
Oh, all those cases must be revisited. The challenge, and I can see that happening, is he had to fight. Either he likes it, there must be a basis for him to actually confront the Attorney General, who was part of the process of the compromise that allows the Halliburton people to escape. So the case of Erastus, there's no doubt about the fact that the former MD of Intercontinental Bank is culpable of some corrupt and sharp practices.
So he should revisit that case too.
They must be revisited. But now, we are not going to be talking about just mere SANs for SAN's sake, or for the money that is available sake. For diligent prosecution and investigation, this is very crucial and important, and it must be right-minded, committed people who have track records of fighting corruption, either lawyers or prosecuting counsels, or even operatives of the EFCC must be engaged and involved in this.